Shalom, giving all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahawah Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and salutation, as always, to the elect Tabernacle of David, as well as the rest of the men, women, and children whom the Lord will have mercy on, known as the large multitude. All right, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, and I just wanted to speak on, as we're making our bodies a living sacrifice. All right, that entails us to separate from the flesh as much as possible. All right, now that's easier said than done. All right, because the way that these demons work, all right, they'll have you believing that you're in the spirit. All right, but you're actually going too far in the flesh. All right, because this flesh, all right, lusts to relax. This flesh, all right, lusts to rest. All right, and this is not our rest. This flesh lusts to be comfortable. All right, this flesh is contrary to the spirit. All right, even within the brotherhood, all right, there's particular things, particular leaders are called to do. All right, however, the flesh will have you to scoff against those responsibilities, man. All right, there's particular things that, all right, you as a man of the Lord know that you need to do, but the flesh will have you to ignore those things. All right, and you got to know when you're going too far into the flesh. All right, and when you're being led away of a demon, man. And these things happen to us all. All right, but the fact that we're in a spiritual warfare, all right, it matters that much more now that we attach, all right, to the spirit and detach from the flesh as much as possible. Now, does that mean, that we're not going to go off, we're not going to make mistakes? Absolutely not. But we're living in a time where the room for, all right, bonehead mistakes, all right, and pride are less, man. We don't have too much room or time to make these bonehead mistakes. The reason we've been out preaching, all right, and doing this work was to prepare ourselves for this evil time that is upon us, man. And the way that these demons work is they'll have you believing that you're in the spirit, but they can actually, all right, get you further and further into a reprobate mind and make you an enemy of the Lord, man. All right, over the course of this year, all right, I've been having, it's a personal testimony, and I don't have to go too much into it, but I want to live, man. I want to be, all right, a man. All right, but this ain't our rest, man. I really struggle with the fact that in this society, you can't be the man that the scriptures, all right, has set us up to be. That's why the scriptures say, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord. We have to wait. All right, as the scriptures say, this is not our rest. All right, but the fact that you're in situations to where you can't, all right, have that rest, to where you can't be that man that because our forefathers, you read about our forefathers, we read about the multiple wives, we read about all of these things, but those things were able to happen because of the order and the position that those men were in, and we're not in those positions, man. All right, that's just one level. All right, all men, we want to be the man, but we're not in a position where we can do that, man. And you'll find yourself complaining about that to the point where, now, of course, we're going to sigh and cry at the abominations that are done. All right. However, you'll find yourself complaining about something that all right, even if you did just have a multiple women, or you got riches, all right, things still ain't right, man. Things are still, at the end of the day, it just trickles down to vanity. All right, of just vanity. As Solomon, when you read the Ecclesiastes, he had all of those riches and he was just looking upon everything, and the wickedness still flourished. He still was subject to hell. All right, with all of those riches, with all of those things that he experienced, he was still subject to hell, man. And that's vanity and vexation of the spirit. All right, so pretty much during this spiritual warfare, you got to make sure you're not, all right, beating the air, all right, and you doing, all right, because of course we all want particular things. Our flesh lusts to rest. Our flesh lusts to, just be at peace. All right. But that's not going to happen for us here on this side, man. All right. This is not our rest. All right. So we have to make sure that, we're doing what's necessary to get the rest when it matters. All right. And that's the kingdom of heaven, man. All right. And there's more that I can go into, but I want to start off here with Ephesians 6, because you'll find yourself complaining about a particular place where you are in life. All right. And you just complain and you mull on it and you wake up, and you just find yourself waking up complaining. All right. But you're not focusing on what needs to be done. All right. And you make excuses in the flesh. All right. To just be mediocre. All right. To just complain. But the solution, all right, is to walk in the spirit, man. And a lot of times we run from that solution because mulling and walking in the flesh is more pleasing to this current life that we're living. All right. If you can understand what I'm saying. All right. Hopefully I'm making sense. But this is Ephesians 6:12. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places," man. So we got to remember there's a war on our soul, man. So we can find ourselves, all right, to where these demons would try to use particular things against you and ultimately put you in a reprobate spirit, man. All right. And have you fighting for something here in this world that you're not going to get. All right. And that if you did get it, it's contrary to the spirit, man, because it's not in its fullness. We want rest and comfort in its fullness, not in a filthy and polluted world, as the scriptures say here in Micah. All right. This is a scripture we always bring out. Micah 2:10. Okay. Arise and depart. All right. Spiritually, for this is not your rest. It is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction, man. Okay. So this is not our rest. This is not the place where our glory comes, man. All right. And a lot of times we get into that reprobate mind frame to where we think that this world is where our glory is going to come, man. Our glory is not for this world. This glory is not, all right, this world is not where spiritual men or men of the Lord, all right, get their glory. Our glory is in the world to come. That's why we store up our treasures in heaven. Now, it's okay to long for things. It's okay to want, righteousness. It's okay to want things, but you can't, all right, try to force those things upon this life, man. All right. Because you can find yourself fighting up against the Lord, man. This is not our rest, man. All right. But that's the spiritual war that we're fighting, man. The flesh lusted against the spirit, man. Okay. And by following the flesh, we find ourselves in some very, very detrimental situations that we put ourselves in. All right. And then we try to blame Satan, man. Okay. This is, I start at Galatians 5:13. All right. So we got to remember this is a spiritual war. So you always got to make sure that you're not going too far. All right. In a thing. All right. Complaint and sighing and crying is one thing. All right. But trying to get some sort of carnal victory here. All right. In a corruptible crown is another, man. And these can go on each level. Like I said, my flesh longs to rest. My flesh longs to relax. My flesh longs to be a man. And being a man is more than just multiple women, but just doing what you want to do when you want to do it. Not answering to no one, but we're living in situations where we can't walk with that mentality because it could actually destroy your situation, man. Okay. The Lord has you in your particular situation for a reason. Okay. And you have to count your blessings as well. We're blessed, man. A lot of times we sit and complain, all right, but we don't focus on what the Lord has given us, all right, as a blessing, man. All right. And the Lord, that can make you an enemy of the Lord, man. Not being appreciative of what you're blessed with. We've been blessed with understanding, All right. We have roofs over our head. We got daily bread. Okay. And that's really technically all we need, man. Now, it's nothing wrong with trying to, further, fix your situation or get yourself, all right, in a position, all right, to where things are better or going afloat or you get more, money. But when these things become your everyday fight mentally, okay, you wake up and all your mind is on is money, women, whatever it may be, then you're going too far in the flesh and you need to fast and pray to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, all right, to get you to focus on really what matters, and that's doing this work, man. All right, growing in a knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Okay. Galatians 5:13, for brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. Even within this brotherhood, okay, now that we understand that this is a spiritual war, all right, you start to see how demons work on your mind even within the brotherhood, man. Okay, a brother can make a point and your flesh just starts scoffing in your mind, man. A brother bring out a precept, you start scoffing in your mind, man. Okay, that's the flesh, but you got to understand how to fight those emotions, all right, and understand that the brother is just he's just doing it. What are you mad for? It could be any little thing within the brotherhood. Brothers calling you for advice, brothers, hitting you up. You just get angry, man. But you have to understand that we are here to serve one another, man. Okay, we're not here to further our flesh. We're not here for rest. Okay, the rest is gonna come, all right, from what you put into the spirit. Okay, now this is easier said than done, but it's something that we must take into consideration and conquer, man, to the best of our ability. Because when the Lord comes back, he wants to come back to someone fighting, not someone who's just pretty much given in to the flesh and gave up, man. Because some people take those emotions that they have about that particular brother because of a point he made, or he's always the last to bring out a precept. He's always got a point. He think he's somebody. And you're like, what? The brother ain't even doing nothing but doing what the scriptures called him to do. That's his lot. But you could just become a scoffer in your mind. You like, bro, why am I thinking like this? Why am I mad at that brother? These are emotions that happen if you're being honest with yourself, man. And it goes on so many levels, man. Okay, it goes on so many levels, man. So we got to make sure that we're fighting these fleshly emotions with reality in the spirit, and that we're not judging brothers based upon the fact that they got on our nerves or whatever it may be. Okay, the brother is in the spirit, and the Lord put him in the spirit, man. All right. So this flesh is the ultimate scoffer, man. I'm learning, and it's like, I don't want to be like this. You be like, I'm not. This not even me. Why am I thinking like this? But that's the flesh fighting against the spirit, man. Okay, for all the laws fulfilled in one word, even this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. But if you bite and devour one another, all right, take heed that ye be not consumed in one another. And this is happening in particular camps, man. Brothers are not being merciful. All right, brothers lording over others. Brothers waxing proud. All right, brothers not wanting to be in order. Okay, why is all of these things happening? It's happening, as James said, because you got particular men who are just about the flesh, man. And I know I'm saying a lot because it's hard to really express these emotions, but these are the things that are going on inside of our minds, man. Men, all right, thinking too highly of themselves to where they don't feel as though, all right, they need to be in order, all right, with other men. All right, these things are all because of the flesh, man. Okay? It says, this I say then. This is how you fight that, man. Walk in the spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh, man. And this all right, boils down to bringing your neck to the slaughter, man. All right, making your body a living sacrifice, man. All right, which is not the easiest thing to do. And it's a spiritual reason why the Lord compared his followers to sheep, man. Okay, Lord will, well, I know the priest Sha'ar did a video going into it, how we would pass under the rod and all of these different things. There's a app, My Sword. I'll go to it real quick. If you go, I added it. Lord will, me and the brother, or the brother will, you know, show brothers how to download this if you have it. But if you go to this, if you add this particular module on this app, My Swords app, all right, domesticating animals, shepherd life, you know, being a shepherd and understanding sheep, all right, there's a very, very, very interesting facts about sheep and why the Lord compared us to sheep and how sheep are as animals, and how, with the leader of the keeper of the sheep, how he would, you know, because a lot of the men of the Lord were keepers of the sheep, man. And that requires, all right, you to walk in the spirit. All right. But I believe this is it. Shepherd's life. When you read this, all right, it's a lot of meat here, man, that you can apply. All right. To as to why the Lord used that whole metaphor of the sheep. All right. Now, we're not going to go into that, but Lord will in another lesson, you know. But as I said, man, Galatians 5:16, this I say then, walk in the spirit and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh, man. All right, everything has to be done for the benefit of the kingdom of heaven and for the benefit, for the purpose of edification, man. Not self-glorification, not being self-willed, okay? Not worrying about your own damn comfort, man. But for what? The kingdom of heaven's sake, man. All right? It says, for the flesh lusted against the spirit, and the spirit lusted against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. But if ye be led by the spirit, ye are not under the law. Meaning, if you in the spirit, you're going to do the things that are right either way it goes, man. You don't have to go to a particular book. I mean, a book in the scriptures that reads not to sleep with your brother's wife. You walking in the spirit, you're just not going to do that either way it go. All right, it's just one example, man. Okay, it says, now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanliness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies. And these things are all happening. Why are these things happening? Because we're in a spiritual war. All right, and particular men are losing the battle, and we all right, at some point take L's in the flesh, man, to the flesh. All right, but I'm just putting this out there for us to keep these things in mind, man. You got to know, all right, when to shut up. You got to know particular things that may be lawful. You got to know not to go too far, too deep into them to where it can destroy you. You got to know when to say something. You got to know when to shut up. You got to know when the Lord is saying something through a brother. You got to know when to add. You got to know when to keep back. It's all about being in the spirit, man. And this is not the easiest thing to do, man. Okay? And when you're walking in the flesh, it leads to idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such the like, of the which I tell you before, as often I have told you in times past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. Okay? But the fruit of the Spirit is joy, love, peace, long suffering. All right? We have to be long suffering. We have to be patient, gentleness, goodness, faith, meek, temperance. See, all of these things, all right, are fulfilled by walking in the spirit. Temperance, not doing too much of one thing. I had a music demon on me recently. I'm like, man, I got to calm my ass down. You know, I got to calm my ass down. You wake up thinking, all right, what music? I want to find this album. It's like, damn. So there's particular, and now is it a sin to listen to music? No. But you got to know when you're going too far or when you're being led away. And it's because these things can become idols, man. Whatever it may be. These things become idols and they lead you to warn against the spirit, man. Because you wake up and these things are what you're lusting after, man. To the point where that's all you think about, man. That's what you're seeking. That's what basically, that's your kingdom. All right, these particular things, instead of the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, putting off the flesh, fighting, focusing, and understanding that you're in the spiritual warfare, man. And Satan plays on these different emotions, and he'll lead your ass away, man. All right, so that's where fasting and praying comes in, man. All right, because Yahweh Shai said that the days would come that he wouldn't be with us, and then in those days we will be fasting, man. Okay, and when you're fasting, you become as the angels, man, because the angels neither eat or drink, and things are opened up to you. Okay, and sometimes it's easier to fast than others, man. So this is all based upon your personal relationship with the Most High Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay. All right, meekness, temperance, against such there is no law, because you're walking in the spirit. All right, being long suffering, having mercy. Okay, being gentle with one another. All right, but you also have forwardness. Sometimes things are gonna get hard. Sometimes brothers are gonna come at you hard. You got to know, all right, how to get out of your feelings and your emotions and your flesh and take the message that the Lord is sending you through the brother, man. Not every rebuke is going to be meek and gentle, man. But this is all fulfilled in walking in the spirit and putting off the flesh, man. It says, and they that are Hamashiachs have crucified the flesh with the affections and the lust. So this whole battle is about crucifying the flesh, man. If we live in the spirit, let us also walk in the spirit. Let us not be desirous of vain glory, things that don't matter, but they make your flesh feel good. And that goes into the pride of life, man. Provoking one another, all right, envying one another. We don't want to be in that spirit, man. Okay, we don't want to be in that spirit, man. Okay, because the pride of life, okay, can make you an enemy of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. 1 John 2:15, it says, love not the world, man, neither the things that are in the world. Now, the scriptures say the men of the Lord hate their life unto death, meaning they're willing to make their body a living sacrifice, man. All right, willing to bring their neck to the slaughter, man. So love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Does this mean you like Nikes, you like basketball, you like football, you're wicked? Now, those things can become a stumbling block if you idolize these things. All right, but yeah, we're here. You know, the scriptures say use the world as not abusing the world. That's where finding balance and temperance and all of those things come in. All right. But loving this world is ultimately fighting for a stake here in this world, man. Loving this world is ultimately, all right, trying to forward yourself into some sort of carnal victory here, man. Now, the Lord gives us blessings here, all right, to where we can, you know, have some sort of, you know, life, you know. But at the end of the day, this world is going to be destroyed, man. Our mind is that this world end and that the world to come flourishes, man. The kingdom of heaven. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. This world is not for us. Real quick. All right. And this stuff that's been on my mind. So Lord willing, you know, I'm coming through. I'm making sense. You know, 2nd Esdras, the 7th chapter. And this is hard, man. It's real hard, but what? Hold up. It's real hard. It's not the easiest thing to do, but at the end of the day, this is the mind frame that we have to put ourselves in, man. Okay? And that's the condition of, this is the condition of the battle, man. All right? 2nd Esdras, chapter 7 and 42. He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory do abide, man. So our glory doesn't abide here in this world, man. And sometimes there's demons put on you to fight for that glory in this world, man. Okay, our glory is going to come once Yahweh gets his glory in the world to come, man. This is not the world where men who are fighting in the spirit are glorified. Now, the Lord said he's going to get us fame. All right, but that's when he ultimately puts his spirit on us, man. And ultimately, the word of the Lord is going out either way it goes, man. And that's what our focus needs to be. But this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. Okay? Therefore, we have prayed for the weak. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of immortality to come, wherein corruption is past. This is a corrupt life, man. We want out of this corrupt flesh. There's no victory here for us in this flesh. All right? That's why we fight for the inward man to be forwarded. To hell with the flesh. To hell with corruptible crowns, man. And these are things that men are fighting for, man. Okay? You got men fighting ultimately for corruptible crowns, man. And you could be in that spirit and not know you in that spirit, man. But fighting for a corruptible crown, all right, makes you the enemy of the Lord. Because you're seeking glory where there is no glory. All right? So, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of immortality, wherein corruption is past and temperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown up, and truth is sprung up. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor oppress him that have gotten the victory. And that's the time you want to shine, man. Okay? When the Lord justifies his men. Okay? When the Lord justifies his men. Okay? Let's see here. When you read down, I believe he says this is the condition of the battle, man. All right? Let's see here. That's pretty much, I'll get that in another time. Let's get this 1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. The pride of life gets in the way. Sometimes we get in our own way, man. With the pride of life, man. With corruptible crowns, all right, being what we're after, man. Stuff that doesn't matter towards the kingdom of heaven, man. Okay, not wanting to, the brothers need somewhere to congregate, not wanting to give you a house, being selfish. Now, there is balance with that. And when brothers do congregate, make sure you clean brothers' houses up, all right? And sometimes go to other brothers' houses. You know, it don't have to be every week at a particular brother's house, but either way it go, those demons will plague on your mind. Like, man, I'm tired. I just want to, I want to live, man. I want a woman. You start to just buck up against the brotherhood in your mind over just the pride of life. Now, there are times where brothers should give, brothers' cribs a rest. But either way it goes, these are demons that come inside of your mind and that have you to buck up against the spirit, man. Because the flesh is the ultimate scoffer. The flesh will have you looking at a brother speaking at camp, all right, make a point while you making a point. You looking at that brother, man, I'm fucking talking, man. And you scoffing in your mind, and it's like, damn, I know that brother don't mean me no harm, but that emotion will come, man. The pride of life is a motherfucker, man. I'm gonna just say it straight up. The pride of life is something else, man, and will have you thinking some demonic thoughts, man, that ain't right. Then you try to justify those thoughts with more pride, man. But it is not of the Father, it is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lusts thereof. But he that doeth the will of the Lord abideth forever, man. Okay? And that's a lot. These scriptures say a lot, all right? But you just got to sit down, get out of the flesh, and internalize these things, man, and try to apply them, man. Okay? Not reading. All these things lead to pride, man. Thinking you got it. Because a lot of us can just spew out a bunch of precepts and scriptures, and we think we got it. People come to your video, man, I was edified, man, you be doing all these videos, and those demons will jump in and make you think you done. You don't got to work no more. You the man. People are edified by you. People love your videos. You do a lot of videos. But then in your daily life, you're not working, all right, on yourself, man. You're giving in to the flesh. All right? These are things that we have to, at this point, think about, all right, and make sure that we're building up the inward man. All right? Psalm 78:18. And they tempted God in their heart by asking for meat for their lust, because the Lord sent spiritual meat out of heaven in the form of manna. All right. And those niggas, all right, our forefathers, all right, what did they do? They undermined, all right, which technically that bread was Yahushai. All right. It is likened unto the spiritual meat we've received in these latter days in the form of the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit. All right. But they were asking for the flesh. They wanted that quail, that chicken. All right. Because quail and chicken are the same family. So here they undermine what was coming out of the heavens. All right. To fulfill their flesh, man. And we cannot undermine what the Lord has given us in the form of the understanding of these scriptures and play on our flesh, man. Yea, they spake against God. They said, can God furnish a table in the wilderness? All right. And you keep going and it speaks of more, man. All right. But they tempted God and provoked him in the wilderness, man. And you don't want to do that, man. Let's get one more. I got a few more, but I got to roll. 1 Peter 2:11. Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims. You got to remember, we're just passing through. This world is not the end all be all of our vision, man. Okay? We're just pilgrims. We're just passing through. Abstain from fleshly lust, which war against the soul. Okay? So you got to abstain from fleshly lust. All right. Even some of those lusts, there's no law that's a sin against them. But you got to abstain from those things. Use balance. Use temperance. Okay. Put off. Know when to indulge and when not to indulge. Okay. Having your conversation honest amongst the Gentiles, whereas they speak against you as evildoers, that they may by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify God in the day of visitation, man. Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether it be of kings as supreme. You can't be out in this world, all right, bucking up, because you got men who will take heed to this, and they go to work and they're in order. They stop for the police. They stop at the stop sign. But when the Lord sends an order in the form of men, all right, in the camps, they won't do it. You see? So, verse 16, jumping, it says, as free in using not your liberty for a cloak of maliciousness, but as of the servants of God. Honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear God, honor the king. All right. So, pretty much, let's see, I had a few more. All right. Let's just end it off here. And I hope, through the Spirit, Yep. 1 Corinthians 10:5. But with many of them God was not well pleased, for they were overthrown in the wilderness. Now these things were our examples, to the intent that we should not lust after evil things, as they also lusted. Neither be ye idolaters. And a lot of these things make you idolaters, man. All right. You make yourself an idol. You make certain things in this world idols. And that's things that the heathen do, man. And we could do these things unknowingly, all right, because we have this liberty, man. Okay, so as the scriptures say, this liberty is not to be used for an occasion to your flesh, man. All right. But neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them, as it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. Neither let us commit fornication as some of them committed and fell in one day, 320,000. So the Lord is going to kill a lot of Jakes, man, and we don't want to be of that number. Hey, continue to battle. We're in a spiritual war. Know when you're going too far left. Use balance, use temperance, walk in the spirit. All right. Read. All right. Pray, fast when you feel like you're going too far left. All right. And man, ultimately, man, just continue to fight, man. The Lord is fit to come get us out of this place. Shalom.